Okay, you guys, let's get right into the tutorial. Okay, so our cardigan is actually made up of 2 hexagons, squares. Okay, so let me show you how to make a hexagon. So we're going to do our slip knot. Okay, and we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now we're going to make a ring, so a circle. So we're going to take our hook and we're going to put it in the first chain. Okay. And then we're going to bring up that loop, yarn over, bring it through, and it's going to be a slip stitch. Okay, and then we're going to close it up. Okay, and there's our ring. And now we want to chain 2, 1 and 2. Okay, so inside this ring or circle we are going to put, well, because we have 1 double crochet already, so we're going to put 2 more double crochets. So yarn over, put the hook inside the circle or the ring, yarn over, bring it through, yarn over, bring it all the way through, and that is a double crochet. And so we're going to do that again. Our double crochet, right? Hope you guys can see everything okay. Now what we're going to do, we're going to chain 2, 1, 2. Okay, so now we're going to do another 3 double crochets, chain 2, and we're going to do that. We actually want 6 of them inside of this circle. Okay, so I'll do the second one with you. So our double crochets, that's 1. Get some more yarn. That's 1. 2 and 3, so you guys can see, and then chain 2, 1, 2. Okay, let's put another pair of clusters. I'm calling them clusters, y'all. That's what I'm calling them, little cluster. There we go. So we got 3 double crochets in there. 1, 2, 3, chain 2. Okay. So we need 3 more. Okay. Two and 3. Chain 2, 1, 2. So we have so far 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. 4. This one is number 5. Our double crochets. And then we want to chain 2, 1 and 2. Some yarn. And as you guys can see, I'm taking my tail and I'm wrapping it around with it as I go, so I can pull that tight when I'm done. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 more, which is 6. Let's do that again. Over. 1 double, 2 double, and 3 double. And we want to chain 2, 1, 2. And now we want to slip stitch. If you pull that apart, you'll be able to see where you need to slip stitch at. So here is the actual double crochet And right here is where we're going to slip stitch at to join. Okay? That's right there. There we go. And then we just do a slip stitch. Okay? So you should have 6 spaces. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so for our next round, we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. Now on each round, you guys, you're going to use where you slip stitch at. You're going to put a double crochet right there, because that's right there is your first. Well, this is your first chain, but you slip stitched it, and so right here, you want to slip stitch in that same slip stitch space right there, which is a chain. Okay, so yarn over, put a double crochet in there, right? Then we want to yarn over and put one in the next chain. Okay, so when you come up upon your space, if you can see, so here's your space right here, and you've already then put your double crochet in your double crochet. Okay, so now inside your space, you're gonna put 2 double crochets in there. So we're gonna go 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Then we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. Then we're going to put another 2 double crochets in that same space. Okay. 1 double crochet and 2 double crochet. Okay, so you have that, and so we're going to do that all the way around. I'm going to do it with you guys. And so right here, I wanted to show you this too, because if you pull this back, which you really don't even have to, you should be able to see it, but just in case you don't see it, you put your double crochet right there, because that's your next double crochet. So you're putting a double crochet, you know, into a double crochet. And I hope I'm not confusing you guys. Like, that's the last thing. I never want to do that. So right here's your double crochet. So you want to yarn over, put your hook right there, and put your double crochet right there. Okay, right there. Yarn over into the next chain, yarn over into the next chain, put your double crochet. Okay, so now we're back at the space, right? So we're going to put our 2 double crochets, and then our chain 2, 1, 2. Let's get some more yarn. and then we're going to put our 2 double crochets inside the same space. So 1, 2. Right? Okay, here we go. Let's do it again. Yarn over, and remember, we're going to insert it because this is our first double crochet right here, and we want to insert our hook right there in that chain, and we want to do our double crochet. Go to the next chain, put your double crochet, put your next chain and your double crochet, and now we're at the space. And the beautiful thing about this, guys, as this get bigger, because you're going to do this motion just around and around and around, it just continues to get bigger and bigger. Okay, so let's put our 2 double crochets. That's 1. Let me get some yarn, make sure it don't go everywhere here. And then another double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, then another double crochet. So it's the same motion, guys. Okay, yarn over, insert our hook in our double crochet. There we go. Double crochet in the next chain, double crochet in the next chain, and then we come up upon our space. Let me get me some yarn, guys, so I don't have to chase this ball around. Okay, so we've come upon our space, and we put our 2 double crochets into the space, and then chain 2, 1 and 2, and then we're going to put our 2 double crochets again into the same space. Okay, yarn over, and we're going to insert right there our hook into that chain. We're going to yarn over, we're going to put our double crochet in the next chain, and then in the next chain, and then we come upon our space right there. Yarn over, put 2 double crochets into the space, and then we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then another 2 double crochets inside that space. Okay, well, look, it's looking very pretty right now. Looking beautiful. Okay, and so we're going to come, still doing the same motion, yarn over, we're going to put our double crochet. So now we are at our space, our last space here. So we're going to do the same motion as when we get to the space. We're going to put our 2 double crochets into the space, chain 2, 2 double crochets, in there. Okay, and so now we need to slip stitch, and we're going to slip stitch. Here's the double crochet right here, and we're going to slip stitch right here, guys, in that first double crochet. Bring up a loop, bring it all the way through, and there you go. And look, you guys, we have made a hexagon. How pretty is that, right? Okay, so when you do your hexagons, you guys, I did 14 rows or 14 rounds. I went around 14 times for mine, and yeah, and I used a 4 millimeter hook, and I'll have all that in the description box for you guys, but I went around 14 rounds. And so now when we do that, we could because we're gonna need to make 2. Okay, you guys, so from the magic of video TV, I have 2 here already, and you can tell that they're different colors. I went ahead and did mine ahead of time. So when you do actually yours 14 rounds or however, the more rounds you do, you guys, the bigger they get. It's kind of like a granny square, but not a square. It's a hexagon, but you keep going around and around and around, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And so when you have this like this, I wanted to turn these because there's a certain way that you do these. So the best way that I can show you guys, you don't have no problems like figuring how to do it, is you just take your two corners up at the top, okay, and just fold them. But before you do that, I wanted to tell you there is a front side and a back side to these, okay. So this is the front side and this is the back side for me, okay. And how I tell is, all right here is, you can actually see it. It look more puffier on the back side than the front side. And so since mine is on the right side, I'm going to fold mine in like this, okay. If it was the other side, I'll turn it the other way. But since it's this way, I'm going to fold it like this. So once you fold it like that, turn it towards yourself, and you can kind of see things start happening for you, okay? And so once you pull this up, so you just want to grab your corner. So when you do this corner here, I'm sorry, I don't know if I was off screen, guys. I probably was. So let me just do it again for you. So if you're like this, you want to fold it back on yourself, because this is the front and that was the back. And then you want to just take this one, this point, because that's what they are, they're points, and then this point, and put it together like that, okay. And then it just falls into place. And then you take this point and then this point, and you've created a L. If you turn it, you've created the other side, one side of your cardigan. Isn't this awesome? Okay, so let's do this one right here. Okay, so this is the front side, okay. And so I always try to put this side, you know, to easier to tell, is right here. Once you put these together, like I said, this is the front side and this is the back side. And I'm just going to fold it, right? And then I'll take this point. So I'm going to take this point and this point to here. I'm going to lay it down, and I'm going to take this point to this point right there. Okay? And so if I turn this, there we are, you guys. You have two sides for your cardigan. Okay, yay! So easy, right? Love these projects. So now when you actually finish your cardigan, or whatever size you want it, mine is for a baby boy. If you want to do this for your for an adult size, just keep going around and around. For a teen size, just keep going around and around, and then just measure as you go your hexagon, and that will give you, you know, what size you need. So now what we need to do, since both of these are together right there, because it looks like a jacket, right? A little cardigan. Now what you want to do is you want to seam your back up, okay? So you just want to seam that up. So once you seam this up right here, and yeah, so once you seam up your back, and once again, we can do so many things as far as seaming our back. You just seam up the back right here, okay? And then once you seam up your back, now you have your arms to do up here, okay? And so what I've done here on my cardigan, I actually wanted it to like lay over like this, right? So what I did is from the middle right here, I actually closed, I'm sorry guys, I actually chained, count the chains, 14 over from the middle, okay? So from the middle here, I did 14 stitches, and then I started on here because I'm left-handed. I started here and I stopped, okay? The same. From the middle here, I counted my chains to 14, which leaves an opening, and I started here and I started stitching, and I stopped because I wanted mine to hang over, you know, like that. Now Just a second. Let me get the let me get the bigger cardigan for you guys. Just a second. Just a second. Okay. So on the bigger cardigan, which is right here, as you guys can see, isn't it cute, this little one? I think it's super cute. Okay, so right here, this is what I was talking about. I seamed that up, right? So, and then I did the 14, okay, to seam that, because you're gonna need to actually, you know, to make it look like a jacket, right? So now the collar, you guys, all I did is I just double crocheted, literally. I just once they're together, let's put that there. And I hope this is not confusing you guys. So once, all I did with the collar, once I closed this up and closed this up, it gave me a collar. You know, everything is closed now. So all I did, let's take that pin out. All I did, guys, bring you over here. I know I keep moving. All I did was just did double crochet all the way back and forth. And I did that 3 times. That's exactly what I did. You can probably see, and that's the collar. 1, 2, 3. I just double crocheted 3 times to make that collar, to bring everything in, right? And that's it, guys. This cute little cardigan is just awesome. When I got down to right here, guys, so as you can see on here, let me put this back together. There and here. Okay, so you can see how these are boxy. When you seam everything up, it honestly is boxy, right? It was just like that. And so I didn't want that for the baby, because it'll be like hanging or what have you. So what I did was I took this right here and I did a decrease. You can see it. I did a decrease around to shrink that in, and I did that twice. So I did one decrease, and then I came along again, I did another decrease, because the more decreases you do, the more it, you know, curdles it in. And so I did that on both sides of the, you know, of the cuff right here. And yeah, and so that's what I did. Yeah. And yeah, and that's the tutorial, you guys. All right, you guys, I hope that you have enjoyed the tutorial today. If you like the tutorial, give me a big thumbs up. It really helps my channel. If you like what I'm doing on my channel, go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell symbol so you can be notified each time I upload a video. That is it for me, you guys. I hope that you guys are safe. I hope that you are taking care of yourself, and I will see you guys on the next video. And remember though, when you're working with your hands, you always have peace within your heart. I will see you soon. Bye.